Tonight, you'll climb a quiet mountain to spend the night inside an old observatory, where the stars have been watched in silence for generations. Snow falls softly around you, a warm fire waits inside, and above your head, the night sky stretches farther than words could ever describe. For the next little while, there's nowhere you need to be. Only here, only tonight. This is Sleep Chapters. Every night begins with a new chapter. If these stories help you relax, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. And if tonight helps you unwind, leaving a like is a simple way to support the channel. Before we begin, take a slow breath in and slowly breathe out. Once more, a little slower. Let your shoulders become heavy. Relax your hands. Soften the muscles around your eyes. There is nothing you need to finish tonight. Nothing to solve. Nothing waiting for you beyond this moment. Only the quiet path ahead. Imagine yourself standing at the foot of a peaceful mountain. Fresh snow has covered the narrow trail. The world feels calm, almost perfectly still. Above you, the sky is filled with countless stars, brighter than you've ever seen them before. In the distance, a warm golden light shines through a small round window at the very top of the mountain. An old observatory has been patiently waiting for tonight, waiting for you. With every slow step, the outside world grows quieter, your thoughts become lighter, your breathing steadier, the cold air feels fresh, and every breath seems to clear a little more space inside your mind. Finally, you reach the heavy wooden door. You gently place your hand on its worn brass handle, and it opens with a soft creak. A wave of warmth welcomes you inside. The scent of old wood, burning fire, and polished brass fills the room. Behind you, the snow continues to fall, but in here everything feels peaceful. Everything feels safe. Take one more slow breath. The journey has begun. You follow a narrow stone path that slowly climbs the hillside beneath a sky full of stars. The evening air feels cool against your skin, carrying the quiet scent of pine trees and damp earth after a warm summer day. Far ahead, resting alone at the top of the hill, stands the old observatory. Its round dome catches the silver light of the moon, while a single lantern glows softly beside the entrance. It has stood here for generations, watching, waiting, listening to the night. You take another slow step. The gravel beneath your feet makes a gentle crunch before the sound disappears into the silence around you. Everything feels peaceful here. There are no cars, no voices. Only the occasional whisper of wind moving through the trees. As you get closer, you begin noticing small details. The stone walls have softened with age. Wild ivy climbs carefully around the windows. The wooden door bears the marks of countless quiet evenings, opened by people who came here for the same reason you have tonight. To slow down, to look up, to simply be still for a while. You rest your hand on the old brass handle. It feels cool beneath your fingers. With almost no effort, the heavy wooden door slowly swings open. A gentle warmth immediately welcomes you inside. The scent of polished wood mixes with old books, lantern oil, and something faintly sweet that reminds you of dried herbs hanging somewhere nearby. The observatory is beautifully quiet, not empty, just peacefully still. A small lantern rests on a wooden table near the entrance, casting a soft golden glow across the room. Its light dances gently over framed star maps that cover the walls. Some are carefully drawn by hand, Others are filled with tiny handwritten notes made by astronomers who spent countless nights beneath this same sky. You find yourself slowing down even more. There is no need to rush. Tonight, every corner of this place seems willing to share its story with you. As you begin walking deeper inside, the wooden floor creaks softly beneath your feet. The sound echoes gently through the quiet halls before fading away. Above you, somewhere inside the great dome, you hear the slow turning of old mechanical gears. The enormous telescope is moving, almost as if it has already begun preparing for tonight's sky, and without quite realizing why, you feel that this observatory is about to show you something very few people ever get to experience. You continue following the gentle light that spills across the wooden floor. The observatory feels much larger from the inside than it appeared from the hill below. Every hallway curves naturally around the center of the building, as though it was designed to encourage slow walks rather than hurried footsteps. You pass a row of tall windows. Outside, the forest has almost disappeared into the darkness. Only the tops of the trees remain visible beneath the moonlight, gently moving with the evening breeze. Somewhere far below, a small owl calls into the night. Then silence returns, the kind of silence that feels comforting rather than empty. As you continue walking, you notice that every room seems to have its own purpose. One contains shelves filled with carefully rolled star charts. Another holds delicate brass instruments whose names have long been forgotten. Everything is perfectly organized. Nothing feels abandoned. It simply feels patiently waiting. You stop beside one of the large wooden shelves. Dozens of notebooks rest there, each one labeled only with a year. Some are over a century old. Their leather covers have darkened with time, and the pages inside have turned the soft color of aged parchment. You carefully open one at random. The handwriting is slow and elegant. Every page describes the sky exactly as it appeared on a particular night. There are no dramatic discoveries, no urgent messages, only quiet observations. The air was calm. The stars were especially bright tonight. A gentle wind arrived just before midnight. Reading those simple words makes you smile. Whoever wrote them never imagined that many years later, someone else would quietly read them beneath the same stars. You close the journal gently and place it exactly where you found it. Across the room, an old pendulum clock continues marking the passing minutes. Its steady rhythm seems to blend naturally with your breathing. Tick, pause, tick, pause. Nothing here asks you to hurry. Perhaps that is what makes this place feel so different from the outside world. You continue deeper into the observatory. The hallway begins to narrow slightly before opening into another circular room. Unlike the entrance hall, this room is almost entirely filled with maps. Large maps, small maps, ancient maps of the moon, detailed drawings of distant constellations, even hand-painted illustrations of planets that early astronomers could only imagine. Each one tells a different story about humanity's endless curiosity, how generation after generation looked upward, searching for answers. Long before modern telescopes, long before satellites, long before anyone truly understood how vast the universe really is. A single lantern hangs above the largest map in the room. Its warm light gently illuminates faded ink that has survived countless seasons. As you look closer, you notice something unusual. Near one corner of the map, someone has drawn a tiny star. Unlike all the others, it isn't labeled. There is no explanation beside it. Just one small handwritten note. For the quietest nights. You pause. No one explains what those words mean. Perhaps they never intended to. Perhaps every visitor finds their own meaning. Or perhaps There is another room somewhere inside the observatory where that little star finally makes sense. The thought stays with you as you continue walking, not because you need an answer immediately, but because mysteries are somehow gentler when there is no pressure to solve them. Ahead of you, another staircase slowly climbs toward the upper levels of the observatory. Its wooden handrail has been polished smooth by countless hands over many decades. You place your hand upon it. The wood feels warm, comforting, almost familiar. One careful step at a time, you begin climbing higher toward the great telescope and toward whatever has quietly been waiting beneath the stars all these years. The staircase rises slowly around the inside of the great dome. With every step, the observatory becomes quieter. The sounds from below gradually disappear until only the gentle creaking of the old wooden stairs remains. A cool breeze drifts through the narrow windows, carrying with it the clean scent of the mountain air. It feels refreshing. You pause halfway up the staircase and look back. From here, the entrance hall looks surprisingly small. The lanterns below glow like tiny stars scattered across the wooden floor. For a moment, the entire observatory feels like its own little universe, peaceful, warm, untouched by time. You continue climbing. The higher you go, the older the building seems to become. The wooden beams overhead are darker. The stone walls feel thicker. Small iron lanterns hang from heavy wooden brackets, casting gentle circles of amber light across the staircase. Nothing feels decorative, everything feels purposeful, built to last. Eventually you reach a narrow landing and only one hallway stretches ahead. It is shorter than the others, quieter, almost hidden. Along one wall hang several framed photographs, black and white portraits of astronomers who once cared for this observatory. Some smile softly, others stare seriously toward the camera. Their clothing belongs to another time, heavy coats, simple hats, round spectacles. Yet despite the years between you, there is something familiar in their expressions, a quiet patience, the kind that only comes from spending many nights beneath an open sky. You walk slowly past each photograph. Under every frame is a small brass plaque with nothing more than a name and a date. No long biographies, no achievements, just quiet reminders that many people once devoted their lives to watching the stars. Near the end of the hallway, one frame catches your attention, unlike the others. Its plaque is blank, no name, no date, only an empty piece of polished brass. You stop for a moment. Perhaps the name was lost long ago, or perhaps it was never written there at all. The mystery doesn't feel unsettling, only curious. Another quiet question, waiting patiently without demanding an answer. You continue walking. The hallway ends beside an old wooden door, smaller than the others. Its surface is smooth with age, but unlike every other room you've seen tonight, this one remains closed. A small telescope symbol has been carved into the wood. Simple, elegant, almost hidden beneath the passing years. There is no lock, no warning, only silence. You gently push the door open. The room beyond is surprisingly small. Round, comfortable. Its ceiling follows the curve of the observatory's great dome. A single circular window fills almost the entire far wall. From here, the night sky feels impossibly close. A comfortable wooden chair sits beside the window. Next to it rests a small table holding a steaming teapot and a single porcelain cup. The tea is still warm, as though someone had quietly prepared it not long before you arrived. Without thinking, you sit down. The chair settles softly beneath you. You pour a little tea into the cup. A gentle cloud of steam rises into the cool air. The scent is delicate, chamomile, lavender, perhaps a little honey. You take a slow sip. The warmth spreads gently through your hands before reaching the rest of your body. Outside, the stars continue their silent journey across the sky. You could stay here for hours, simply watching, simply breathing, simply existing. As your eyes slowly wander across the horizon, you notice something unusual. Far above the main telescope, there seems to be one final platform hidden inside the dome itself, almost impossible to see from below, a place that offers an even higher view of the stars. You wonder how many visitors ever noticed it, and somehow you have the quiet feeling that your journey tonight isn't quite finished yet. For a little while, you simply remain seated beside the window. There is no reason to move. The tea keeps your hands warm, while the cool mountain air slips quietly through the slightly open window. Above you, thousands of stars stretch endlessly across the sky. Some shine brightly enough to catch your attention immediately, others appear only after several patient moments. You begin to notice something curious. The longer you look, the more stars seem to appear, as though the night is slowly revealing itself only to those willing to wait. You smile softly. Perhaps the sky has always worked that way, never rushing, never demanding attention, only rewarding patience. You finish the last sip of tea and gently place the cup back on the small wooden table. Its delicate sound disappears almost immediately into the silence. Then your eyes return to the narrow platform above. From here, it seems even more inviting. A simple iron staircase climbs toward it, attached carefully to the inside of the great dome. The steps are narrow but sturdy. Their edges have been polished smooth after many decades of careful footsteps. You stand, without hurry. Your hand rests lightly against the cool metal railing as you begin climbing once again. The higher you go, the quieter everything becomes. Even the gentle ticking of the old clock below can no longer be heard. Only your slow breathing remains, step after step. The observatory seems to fall away beneath you. The lanterns below become smaller. The telescope now rests directly beneath your feet. Its long brass tube points silently toward the heavens, faithfully continuing the work it has done for generations. At the top of the staircase, you arrive at a narrow circular platform that surrounds the inside of the dome. It isn't large, just wide enough for one person to walk comfortably around its edge. From here, every part of the observatory becomes visible: the reading rooms, the long hallways, the telescope below, the warm lanterns glowing softly in every corner. Everything feels connected, everything belongs together. You slowly begin walking around the platform. The wooden boards beneath your feet respond with quiet creaks that somehow make the silence feel even deeper. Halfway around, you notice something resting against the curved wall, a small wooden cabinet. Unlike the furniture downstairs, this one is beautifully carved. Tiny stars and crescent moons decorate its doors. Its craftsmanship is simple, yet incredibly careful. You gently open it. Inside are dozens of small wooden boxes, each one no larger than the palm of your hand. None of them are locked, none of them carry labels. You choose one almost at random. Inside, there is no valuable object, no precious stone, no forgotten treasure. Only a folded piece of paper. Its edges have softened with age. You carefully unfold it. The handwriting is neat and familiar, much like the journals you discovered earlier. It reads, "The stars never ask us to solve them. They simply remind us how peaceful it can feel to keep looking." You read the words once, then quietly again. Simple, gentle, timeless. You fold the note exactly as you found it and place it back inside the little box. Perhaps every visitor opens a different one. Perhaps every note contains a different thought. Perhaps that is why none of them are labeled. not because they are meant to be collected, but because they are meant to be discovered. You continue walking slowly around the platform. At one point, the clouds briefly drift across the moon. The observatory grows slightly darker. For a few quiet moments, the stars seem brighter than ever. Then the clouds move on. The silver moonlight gently returns, washing across the wooden floor, the telescope, and the old stone walls. Everything seems to breathe together. The building, the night, the mountain, even you. You stop once more beside the railing, looking upward, looking outward, realizing that somewhere beyond the countless stars, there are still places no one has ever seen. And somehow, that thought doesn't make the universe feel larger. It makes your own worries feel wonderfully small. You remain standing beside the railing for a long while. The night has become wonderfully quiet. Even the gentle breeze seems to move more slowly now. Above you, the stars continue their endless journey across the sky, without clocks, without schedules, without ever seeming to hurry. You begin to understand why so many people return to this observatory throughout the years. It was never only about astronomy, or telescopes, or maps. It was about something much simpler, finding a place where the world became quiet enough to hear your own thoughts. You slowly continue around the circular platform one final time. Every step feels lighter than before. The building no longer feels unfamiliar. It feels welcoming, almost as though it has quietly accepted you as another visitor beneath its dome. As you reach the opposite side, you notice a narrow opening in the stone wall. Beyond it, a small balcony extends outside the observatory. You gently push open the old wooden door. It moves without a sound. Cool night air immediately surrounds you. You step onto the balcony. The mountain stretches endlessly below. The forests have disappeared beneath a blanket of darkness, interrupted only by silver rivers of moonlight flowing between the trees. Far away, tiny villages glow softly like distant constellations scattered across the earth. For a moment, it becomes difficult to tell where the sky ends and where the world begins. You rest your hands upon the smooth stone railing. It feels cool beneath your fingertips. The air carries the faint scent of pine needles and wildflowers growing somewhere along the hillside below. Everything feels wonderfully still. A shooting star quietly crosses the sky, so quickly that you almost wonder if you imagined it. Then another follows several minutes later, and another, not because something extraordinary is happening, but because tonight you have finally slowed down enough to notice the little things that are always there. You close your eyes for just a moment, listening. The gentle wind, the distant leaves, your own calm breathing, nothing else. When you open your eyes again, the stars somehow seem even brighter. You remember the small note you found inside the wooden cabinet. The stars never ask us to solve them. Those words stay with you. Perhaps life becomes lighter when we stop trying to understand everything all at once. Perhaps some moments exist simply to be experienced, like this one. You take one last long look across the night sky before quietly stepping back inside. The observatory feels even warmer now. The lanterns continue glowing exactly as they did when you first arrived. The telescope remains patiently pointed toward the heavens. The journals still rest upon their shelves. Nothing has changed, except you. You slowly make your way back through the familiar hallways. The framed photographs seem almost like old friends now. The silent maps, the shelves of journals, the little reading room. Each place has quietly become part of tonight's journey. Eventually, you arrive once more at the entrance hall. The old wooden door waits where it always has. You rest your hand upon the brass handle. Before leaving, you take one final glance back. The observatory stands exactly as it did when you entered, peaceful, patient, watching over the mountain beneath an endless sky. You know that tomorrow night another visitor may walk these same halls. Perhaps they will pause beside the same window. Perhaps they will discover another small wooden box. Perhaps they will read a different message waiting quietly inside. Every visitor leaves with something slightly different, and somehow that feels exactly as it should. You gently open the door. The cool night welcomes you once again. The stone path waits beneath the moonlight. You begin walking slowly down the hill. Behind you, the observatory grows smaller with every step. Its lantern gradually becomes just another tiny light beneath the stars, until eventually it blends completely into the night, almost as though it had always belonged there. And as you continue your peaceful walk beneath the endless sky, you realize something very simple. Some places are not meant to impress us. They are meant to remind us how peaceful the world can feel when we finally allow ourselves to slow down. The path beneath your feet becomes softer as you continue down the hillside. The observatory now rests quietly behind you, hidden among the trees, watching over the mountain just as it has for countless peaceful nights. You don't feel the need to look back again. Some places stay with you even after you've left them. The cool evening air feels gentle against your face. Every slow breath fills your lungs with the fresh scent of pine trees, cool stone, and the quiet freshness that only exists high above the sleeping world. Above you, the stars continue shining with the same quiet patience they have always known. They ask for nothing. They expect nothing. They simply remain, as they always will. Your steps become slower, not because you're tired, but because there is nowhere left to hurry. The mountain is quiet, the forest is quiet, even your thoughts seem quieter now. The little worries that may have followed you here feel much farther away, not because they disappeared, but because for a little while they no longer need your attention. Tonight has reminded you that the world keeps turning. The stars continue moving across the sky, the trees continue growing, the wind continues wandering through the mountains. Everything finds its own rhythm. Perhaps you can too. You reach the end of the stone path and pause for one final moment beneath the open sky. The moon hangs peacefully above the distant hills. Its soft silver light gently covers everything around you. The trees, the fields, the quiet road ahead. You take one slow breath in and another slow breath out. There is nothing left to discover tonight. No final mystery, no unfinished journey. Only the quiet comfort of knowing that peaceful places like this still exist, waiting patiently whenever you need them. Perhaps one evening you'll return to this old observatory. Perhaps you'll discover another forgotten hill, another quiet path, another peaceful place beneath the stars. But tonight, your journey is complete. Now, allow your shoulders to grow just a little heavier. Let your breathing become slow and effortless. Feel the calm you've gathered throughout this quiet evening gently settle around you. There is nowhere else you need to be. Nothing else you need to do. The stars will keep watch for the rest of the night. The observatory will remain standing beneath its great dome, and you can simply rest. Thank you for spending this peaceful evening with me. Sleep well, and I'll meet you again in the next chapter.